Craig here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use the plugin BackWpUp and to back up your WordPress blog and send it to a free Dropbox.com account every day, week or month, however you want to schedule it. Now I have created this video before, it's on my YouTube channel, but the plugin has been updated and everything looks different, so if you're trying to follow along it's going to be extremely hard. That's why I'm redoing the video. So what I have here is my test website, and I'm going to log into my plugin area here under plugins, add new, and I'm going to search for BackWpUp, and I'm going to install the latest version, which is 3.0.4. Now I'm going to activate the plugin, and before moving on from this point, what I normally do is I go and log into my Dropbox.com account. If you don't have an account, just go to Dropbox.com, sign up, and they give you a free 2 GB online storage account. Now Dropbox, they do try and get you to download some software, but if all you're using it for is to back up your blogs, you do not need to download and install this software, so you can skip that part. Now I'm going to quickly sign into my account. Okay, so now that I'm signed in, I'm going to jump back to my blog dashboard, and we are going to click here. And as you can see, BackWpUp has changed, and this is our welcome screen now. Now you do not need the Pro version unless you really want to use the Pro version. It does have some additional features, but for what we want to do, which is back up our website every day, week or month, however you want to do it, and send it to Dropbox.com, you do not need the Pro version. So scroll down and click Now Back Up. So what I want to do is I want to create a job. So I'm going to click Create a Job, and we can also do that from this menu here, Add New Job. And the job name, generally I call it Full Backup, because inside this backup I'm going to have all of my core files and the database, so it's a full backup. Okay, so by default the database and the file backup and the installed plugin list is going to be checked by default. That's why I recommend you leave it on, and that's all you need. Okay, so the archive name, backup, and it's going to give you a timestamp. That's all fine. Now the archive format, previously I believe it was zip format, which I mentioned in the video, but by default it's this one. Leave it on that one. It's a more compressed, so the file size is smaller. Where do we want to store the files? Well, we want to back up to Dropbox.com. Send log to email address. So if something goes wrong, yes, we want to be informed. So enter in your email address and the email send name. By default, I'm sure that's all fine. So click Save Changes. Next, we're going to go to Schedule. Now this looks a little bit different. If you don't want to schedule it, then just don't change anything. But for me, I always go with WordPress.com. And we're going to just stick on Basic. And we're going to back this one up weekly. And we'll do it on a Sunday, and we'll do it late at night, so we'll go around 11 o'clock. Now if you have several different WordPress websites that you're backing up, don't have them all backing up at the exact same time, because it's going to put more stress on your hosting server. So we're going to click Save Changes, and here if we want to look at the database settings, by default everything is selected, so that's what I recommend you leave it on. Files, this is where you can exclude folders and directories. Now because this is a test website, I have a whole bunch of themes in here. If you have a website, you only need the 2010 and the theme that you're going to use really to be backed up. The rest of them you could exclude them or just delete them off your server, but I'm just going to leave everything unchecked. And down here it has don't backup folders with backup, cache or temp files, etc. Because the way this plugin works, it creates a backup, it stores it on your own hosting, and then from there it uploads it to Dropbox. So there's no point including the backup in the backup that it's creating and sending it to Dropbox. It doesn't make any sense. So now that by default it's automatically excluded. If you make any changes, hit Save Changes. And plugins, here we can just edit the file name, but inside of our backup is going to be a file name, video test blog.plugins, and timestamp, and it's going to be a text file. Inside this file it's going to list all of the installed plugins. It's going to tell you which ones were active and which ones were not active, which is something new. I don't believe they did that previously, and it's a great feature. You can obviously change the name, or you can put it in a gzip. It's going to be a tiny file. Just leave it as none. And then we go to Dropbox. This is where we have to authenticate with Dropbox.com. So we don't want to do the sandbox. We want to authenticate full Dropbox. Now, because I've already logged in, it's going to take us straight to this screen. If I wasn't logged into Dropbox, I'd have to log in first. So I'm going to click on Allow. So the folder it's going to create on Dropbox is going to be called Video Test Blog, and it's using that from the name of the website. Now for file deletion, this is to do with how many copies do we want it to keep on Dropbox. Now I generally go with 3, so that it's going to keep the 3 latest copies of the backup. So we're going to hit Save Changes, and that's it. Our backup has been scheduled and everything should be working fine. What I recommend you do after you've done all this is you run it now to make sure that it's working. Depending on the order that you went through the options, you can always come over to Jobs, and we are going to click on Run Now. And this is going to gather everything up, compress it, and send it off to Dropbox. Now if this takes 30 seconds, odds are something may have gone wrong, or it will also give you an error message if something does go wrong. Okay, so it's finished, and that took 59 seconds, which is pretty fast actually. So to be on the safe side, what I would do is head back over to Dropbox, and as you'll see, we have a new folder here called Video Test Blog. Now I'm going to click on it once and go and make sure that my backup is in here and it's there. And if I want to, I can, download it. I can share the link with maybe the webmaster who's going to fix the website. I can delete it, rename it, move it, etc. So that is basically how you use the plugin BackWpUp. If you have any questions or problems, you're welcome to post a comment below, contact me via YouTube, my blog, or Google+, and I'll gladly help you out. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated when I release new videos. Have a great day.